we were having this party. It was like a Saturday night. It was a good time, and everyone's, kicking back, dancing, playing beer pong, having a few drinks, and the music I feel like just wasn't hitting. I don't know who was behind the turntables. I don't want to call them out on the podcast, but basically it was kind of like, let me play some music. I'll get this crowd moving. And I remember I played something like Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar, and everybody just started vibing out, and we were playing like A$AP Rocky. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what?
Welcome back to another episode of the Chips and Chops podcast. Today I want to first shout out our sponsor, Stocker Meest. Stocker Meest is a collaborative workspace here in South Bend, Indiana. It offers events, a podcast video studio that we've been using for about 2 to 3 months right now. It's actually Derald's second time in here. It offers conference rooms, free Wi-Fi. There's events that go on here pretty much every weekend. So there's going to be a link to them in our description. You guys should definitely check them out.
All right. This is Derald Gray, DG Visionaries. We met Derald at an entrepreneurship event. We were walking around looking at all these booths. And he really caught our eye. He was behind this big panel. What would you call it? It's called like a panel?
Like a photo thing.
The visionary photo booth?
The visionary photo booth.
That's right.
And I was like starting taking like pictures and stuff with it. And I started asking him questions about it. And all of a sudden he starts breaking out dancing. And it really caught my eye. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And yeah. What really started your vision with...
I'll start in a different way, actually. So you began as just a kid in Elkhart, right? And, in school, you were known as the video guy. What started that passion for entertaining and media?
Yeah, exactly. So first off, appreciate you guys, Dave and Josh, so much for having me on the show. Somebody, I think, they were like, go, or got me hyped up at the Founders Factory.
Yeah, no, that was me.
Yeah, so, man, I've always just had a passion for video production and a passion for music. And really what I tell people is video production was something that I felt like that I was just born to do. It was like once I saw like a video camera when my dad was recording like some home videos of us Christmas and Thanksgiving, I was like, from that moment on, I was like, I want a camera for Christmas. I was in front of the thing. It was just really captured me the way that you can just, take a moment in time and then just relive it later. Like I remember when I was 5 years old, I still got those VHS tapes, and it was just all about capturing memories. And then I realized you can use it as like a storytelling medium. You can use it as, documentaries, and you can really, make big differences and changes through film. And that's always something that stuck with me to this day.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I think is kind of beautiful about us starting this podcast. I mean, 30, 40 years from now, David, we could be looking back and being like...
Yeah, we can rewatch our videos. Because it's not like YouTube's going to get shut down anytime soon, so those videos are going to be out there forever.
As long as we don't get, banned, or I don't even know how... we don't really know how YouTube works entirely, but it would be awesome to... That's exactly, what was I doing on this date, 30 years ago, December 7th?
You're going to be like, I was shooting a wedding, and it's going to be like, wow.
Yeah, that's so cool, and it's it's kind of awesome for us, it's kind of documenting our, early adulthood. I mean, we're still we're 18, but we're still in high school.
Exactly. You look back and like, wow, we did not have any hair. David's working on it.
No. I had some. Yeah. I actually did No Shave November and had a big mustache, but the parents didn't like it anymore. And they said,
you said it was the girls that didn't like it, because I thought that, I'll be honest, David with the mustache, I thought it was a lot better than Dave without one.
The girls didn't like it either.
They didn't like it from both sides. So you kind of, once you hear that, you kind of have to shave it.
Yeah, once I can grow a beard though, it's gonna come in for real.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work on that.
The day's coming.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll be looking like Derald over here with it.
Yeah.
What age were you when you kind of put yourself out there on the internet then?
Yeah, well, I first literally put myself out on the internet. This was like the golden age of YouTube, around 2008 through 2010.
Yeah,
I know that when I was in 5th or 6th grade, I started making YouTube videos with my brothers and sisters. So I'm the oldest out of 4 siblings. So I got 2 younger brothers, they're twins, and 1 younger sister. And so we made this YouTube series called The Adventures of Carl and Sandy. They were news reporters. There was a hot topic. So the hot topic could be like plastic surgery or losing weight or new video games. And basically they would just I would write this script where, Sandy was the aggressive one. It was kind of like really iCarly, bare bones type of iCarly. iCarly type
Yeah.
of thing. And so that's really when I started putting myself out there and realizing the power of the internet. Like, we were making collaborative videos with a guy in like Utah, as well as another guy in Minneapolis. They would basically, I would write the script, I would tell them, these are your lines, this is a story we're playing out, and they would record their parts, and I'll edit it all together.
Wait, how did-
And you were
was
12.
awesome.
You were 12.
You were
I was
12.
12
Wait,
at the time.
so these guys lived.
They were states away. They basically saw our videos on YouTube. They commented on them, and this was like back on YouTube where like collaborating was a big thing. You get two different, people from channels, their audience come together.
Wow,
So
that's so cool.
yeah, that
Wow.
was really cool.
Were they your age or were they?
They were my
they're-
age. Yeah. If not,
That's even
if not a
cooler.
little
Okay.
older, yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say if they're like 30, that
No, they were
kind of collaborate with like a 12-year-old. I mean,
they-
like that's cool, but for
mean,
you, but like it's,
That's the future, though, if you think about it, right? You want to
Yeah.
jump on that bandwagon as soon as possible.
Yeah,
so
that stands out for sure. Those were good times.
that's awesome. I mean, you were 12, posting on YouTube, in a way, meeting people from hundreds of miles away, probably thousands, right?
Yeah, exactly. That I would never have the opportunity.
did you ever go on to meet them in person?
Never went on to meet
Never.
them in person.
Are you still in contact or not really?
Facebook friends.
Facebook
yeah,
friends,
Facebook
okay.
friends, but we're not really in contact now.
Yeah,
we,
for
we
sure.
all kind of moved on to different things. But
Yeah,
I'll
that's
so
always
cool.
remember the growing up with that.
Yeah, so you do your little skits in a way, right?
exactly.
Is that what you did? I mean, when you were 12 till how old were you?
Yeah, so I did these skits from around 12 years old until when I got to high school. So once I got to 15, we reran this thing for like 3 years.
so
Eventually,
cool.
they
And it
started
did
getting
well?
tired of it. It did okay.
Yeah.
The family was really loving it. We got like, a small little group of people who watched it,
For sure.
at random states, but nothing too huge, but enough for us to feel like, it was time to move on to other things. It's not really, we don't see a future in it. It was something cool to do growing up. And so when I was around 15, once I got to high school, that's when I started doing like videos for other people and realizing,
Okay.
hey, not only is this something that I can do creatively to pass the time, but now, wait, I can make some money off of this. This could actually become a business type of deal. And that was because in high school, I was making government videos. I know that at some point you have to make like a video for class, just basically pretending that you're running an election. And so basically you're having a campaign video. And so you have to do your little advertisement. And so they would be like, hey, can you help me make my government video? I remember my friend Larnell and Terrell, they had basically started from the bottom by Drake. We did a video of them in McDonald's. They used to work there. They were in uniforms. We recorded that. And it was like, now my campaign here. And so I would just do like random videos like that on the side. I would do music videos. And that's when I really started to introduce kind of the city and the community into my craft and video production and doing it for others.
That's
So you were always like the guy behind the camera, not in the videos.
Never in the videos.
But you were known as the video guy.
I was
right?
known as the video
What
guy.
was that? What was that like being known around your town as the video guy instead of Derald?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like people always knew that Derald was the video guy. I never felt like, I didn't have a name for myself because I was always just kind of like the kid who was like the class clown.
Yeah.
I kind of goofed around. I got around with everybody. I was playing sports and I was doing pretty well in school, but at the same time, I always just had my creative side. So I just kind of had like, I was blessed to have peers from like all different parts.
Yeah, you had a good balance.
Of the balance. And that's really what kind of influences my music taste, because one day we were listening to like, some Kings of Leon, and we're rocking out to some Coldplay and Viva La Vida, but then we're listening to Lil Wayne and Prime Lil Wayne. And
Yeah, your
T-Pain,
Instagram is just the music selection is all over the place. Like the most recent one is a Christmas song. It's like, oh my gosh,
Exactly.
he's everywhere.
We gotta collect them all. The human
Gotta
juice.
collect them all.
I think that's just something people should do with experiences. Try to, I guess, diversify.
You can have
diversify. I agree.
You can have a favorite one, but you got to diversify eventually.
Yeah,
So-
if we wanted to, me and David could have just done, South Bend School Corporation individuals, whether that's students, teachers, principals, or whatever.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do it where, we have a guy from LA coming, you're a DJ. We've never had a DJ.
Imagine you do John Adams' prom this year. That'd be crazy.
It would be crazy. Hey,
Have you ever done a prom before?
I have done a couple proms. Our group has done like a handful. But it's one of those things where like usually proms don't book out so far in advance. So sometimes they hit us up and we may be
It's
booked
too
or
late,
something. It may be too late. But yeah, we'll do what we can. Like we make it hype. I got to give a shout out to Noah. He's the DJ on our team who is at his junior year at IPFW in Fort Wayne, Noah,
Okay.
right? And basically, he's really good with proms. He
Yeah.
like, basically did a prom like a couple years after graduating from his high school at Concord. So he saw some of his friends there. He was playing all sorts of hype music.
That's wild. So he's in
Yeah.
college and he works for you then?
Yeah, he
Okay.
works with me, and he also just started doing like some basketball games for his college. So,
That's really
That's
cool.
cool. Yeah. Cause did you ever want to get into sports like
You said that you played sports.
mixtapes and whatnot? Like
Yeah.
what sports did you play?
Yeah, I played basketball and I played football.
Okay.
And so with basketball, I was just kind of like the power forward, big guy.
Yeah,
always
no, 'cause
under the
you're
rim.
really tall,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, not much of a shooter, but I can back
Yeah.
it down. And then in football, I didn't have hands. I always wanted to be receiver. That didn't work out. Wanted to be a tight end. That didn't work out. So I ended up playing O-line. Ended up being a really good
yeah.
blocker, or left tackle. So
Okay.
I did that for a couple of years. And
That's
so,
what's up.
Yeah, it would be cool to DJ a basketball or football or sports game.
No,
That'd be hype.
Yeah, you could be an announcer or something. That could be really cool.
Yeah.
Or
Like-
there's some sort of like all-star game where it's not all
Yeah.
about the competition. It's more about the entertainment
Exactly.
side. That could be really.
Well, because
cool.
they always show like on TikTok or Instagram, it'll always come up on my feed. It's like the guy for like the Hornets or something,
I
and
see
he's
that
sitting
all the
behind a
time.
big thing and just DJing for the entire game. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. No, I just think that like just being able to entertain people and just get people all together in a big group and be able to just make everybody feel welcome, play stuff
Yeah.
that's gonna get them hype. You can really change the atmosphere of the room based on the energy you put out, both through your MC announcements as well as just the music itself. So
Yeah,
it really is.
energy is really just a thing that brings everyone together,
is.
whether it's through music, whether it's through sports, whether it's through anything. If everyone's putting out good energy, it just brings everyone together, no matter like what you believe and whatnot.
Yeah,
100%.
awesome. So during your time at Ball Start, you started DJing for your
Ball State.
what I said.
Yeah,
Ball start.
Ball Start.
I was gonna call about
Ball State.
Yes, yes,
You
sir.
started DJing for your fraternity. I'm guessing parties and stuff like that. How did you first end up getting that gig?
Yes, and so it's funny because like it was something that our fraternity at Sigma Nu, we used to always just have like get-togethers. This was probably like Thursday through Sundays. We would have like events with sororities. We would just have our guys' night. We would just have like events for the campus and people to just come and hang out with our group. And we used to have different activities. And basically what had happened was we were having this party. It was like a Saturday night. It was a good time, and everyone's kicking back, dancing, playing beer pong, having a few drinks, and the music I feel like just wasn't hitting. I don't know who was behind the turntables. I don't want to call them out on the podcast, but basically it was kind of like, let me play some music. I'll get this crowd moving. And I remember I played something like Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar, and everybody just started vibing out, and we were playing like A$AP Rocky. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what?
I want to be more than just
Yeah.
the aux. I want to be making mixes.
Exactly. And so I was feeling like this is a lot of fun. And so from that moment and that, like the guys there could vouch, like I was never just strictly behind, I would just play my song, put the phone down, go out on the dance floor. I'd start dancing. We used to get dance battles going. I used to have to defend our house. People came in there, thought that they could tear up the dance floor. And so we were just having a good time all around. And so it was something that I was just doing for fun. And then it just kind of became a regular occurrence. They like Derald's on the turntables. We're gonna have a good time. They would just say, hey, like we got a little DJ tonight, come through, and that kind of thing, and all on a phone. And it just kind of came all the way around because I was looking for a summer job my junior year at college at Ball State, and a company in Michigan was hiring for a DJ, no training needed, and I applied and got the gig, and that's when I actually got the console, started really doing professional mixes at school and for weddings, and really just kept going from there.
So your fraternity really probably loved you your senior year after you had all that stuff, all
Senior
that
year was
background.
rocking.
Yeah,
Senior
no,
year.
I bet it was.
It was.
So what was that back like 2016, 2017 or?
Yeah, so my freshman year was 2014.
Okay.
I graduated in 2018, so this is 2017, 2018.
So back then, what would you say were like the big songs that really got the parties going?
Oh yeah, no, I was hoping you asked this
Yeah,
question.
what was your go-to?
My go-to, like I'm a personally, back in 2016, I was a huge Kanye fan. The Life of Pablo had just dropped, and Father Stretched My Hands. That was part one. That was kind of like my opening track. It was like If Young Metro Don't Trust You, like Slime on the Aux. That was kind of of like my walk-in music right there.
Walk-in
was that
music.
drop was Father Stretch My Hands, but also Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller was really popping at the time. We were listening to Rambo, Sorry Not Sorry. Of course, I got to mention Amigos.
Sorry Not Sorry.
Yeah, R.I.P. to
Amigos,
Take
yeah.
Off, like Bad and Bougie, obviously, but Handsome and Wealthy, Fight Night.
Remember, was it Ray Sremmerd or whatever?
Ray Sremmerd was popping.
Yep,
You were
he was
listening to
popping.
Somebody Come Get Her. That was an anthem.
And that was when was that when the mannequin challenge was getting big?
I think
Black Beatles. Yeah, this was
Yep.
like around my senior year. That's when we were doing that. So
That's
I forgot about that. That was an era.
That was,
It was
the thing
an
at the,
era.
That was a W era.
8th grade
It
dance.
was.
We would do that at like our 7th, 8th grade dance.
Eighth grade
Have a
dance.
mom walk around recording everybody. These kids getting turned.
we were part of all that, man. That was such good times, such
For
great
sure.
music breaking out then, and so yeah.
Yeah, I
we
would
really-
say, I mean, around 2017, 2018. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of when I developed my music taste. But
I don't know if I really had music taste then. I think it
Yeah,
was
I
just.
mean, now it's
I was
just
just
Lil
like
Baby for you.
I was just like a radio guy. Like,
Really?
just whatever was on the radio.
Yeah, you just took what you got. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
play roulette.
It's basically what it was.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have any like crazy or like funny stories from your time DJing at Ball State?
I mean, yeah, but as far there's always something.
Yeah.
It is so just remembering. I mean, definitely, I want to say like one of the best nights that I had was I want to say like that we had this event every year. It was like invite only. It's called Heaven and Hell at the fraternity house. You just take one date and basically Heaven and Hell. You basically you start in the basement and then we're playing music there and then you go upstairs after you pass around the drinks to the second round. This is like Earth and
Yeah.
so I just remember like it was a costume party, so I just remember dressing up as Kanye that year, like Kardashian, just playing good music, having good times, and then we just hanging out with the boys till 3 a.m, just
For
joking
sure.
around,
Yeah, no, that's a
telling
W.
stories. Yeah.
Are you still in contact with your frat boys or no?
Yeah, so we obviously we have our Snapchat group.
Yeah.
We got a Facebook group, an alumni group, and then we had our 50th anniversary last year, and I was the DJ for that. So all the old
I was gonna ask that if you still ever DJ for Ball State events or whatnot.
Yeah, so our alumni event was the first time I did that, but like I have done weddings around the Muncie area. I've done some events for my friends at Ball State. I got weddings next year booked for my friends from Ball State. I did
That's so cool.
A wedding that was referred by one of my fraternity brothers, and so you kind of see them around, and it's like we kind of take that energy and those vibes with us whenever we do a wedding. Now we're doing more classy with it, but definitely we're still in touch.
No,
with
that's
those guys.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
So after college, you were a photojournalist at WNDU, and then you quit to pursue your DJ company. What prompted you to stop photojournalism with WNDU?
What got you into
Yeah.
that first of all? Because I mean, you were not in the sports world at all, right?
No, I
When you left college, you weren't really in the sports media
not at
or
all.
anything. So what got you into sports
Yeah.
journalism first?
Yeah, so for journalism at WNDU, I actually never took any journalism classes at all. It was really one of those things where I just graduated and I was looking for a job and I knew I wanted to do something video related, something related to like, television production or really what was in the area that would hire me to use like the skills that I had that I was great at. And WNDU was the place. I think it was a perfect fit. So for me, I was on the news side of it. I was a photojournalist really is just like the videographer. You just have to go out with reporters or sometimes you go out by yourself and you will shoot a story and then you will get it edited and ready to air during the news segment.
Joey and I accidentally got onto one. So
Well,
we were
not
it wasn't accidentally. We were actually at Blaze Pizza with Big Dora's and getting a pizza and Joey saw sports like
Not a sport. Just like we saw a woman setting up a camera.
A woman setting up a camera,
she was a
and-
news person.
Joey, we like already put in our order for Blaze, ran outside. It's like, come on, David. I was like, all right, I'll get the pizzas and then come. So I got the pizzas and went out there, and Joey's like talking to the reporter, and
Yeah.
so she set up the camera and then asked us like for two minutes, asked us some questions about the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, because that was right after we went 0-2. So like everyone was kind of sad at the time. I tried to give some hope. I said we're going 10-2. That didn't happen. 8-4. But
yeah, you made her job easy by
yeah,
coming up
and
and
it was interesting. Because I was like, I didn't want to intrude on her space. I didn't know if that was something that she's supposed to ask you, people walking by, or if you're allowed to kind of go up.
yeah.
She said that she was like, she actually prefers when people come up.
Yeah, you can
so-
always be like, "What's going on here?
Yeah.
What's news here?"
I mean, it makes it easier for her.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It
and I
does.
also told her about how like we're we're passionate about entertainment and media, so I guess that scored us some points in a way.
It definitely will.
But no, that was really fun. And then we got on the news. People were sending us videos of them watching it. I had to tell everyone.
Because we didn't tell anyone, so everyone just thought it was so funny when they're like the news was on and they're like, oh my god,
it's Joey and David.
What are they doing there? And so like we took the photo and like changed it and said like we were talking about chips and chops. It was like our first public interview.
No,
about Chips and Chops.
right. We got a good TikTok video, so I got the video, but it was like fans react to Notre Dame going 0-2, and I went on an app and I like changed what the text was, and I was like, teenagers talk about starting a podcast and something.
But this is not what we were talking
and then
about.
I put like an audio over it. The TikTok got like 7,000 views or something.
Hey, yeah, you gotta watch out what you read on the internet.
You gotta think it's a thing in a way.
You do. That's awesome though. Still a real interview.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, we didn't talk about it on camera, so I guess it wasn't totally a lie. Yeah, so how long did you do the photojournalism at WNDU?
Exactly 2 years, because in the news industry, it's like a contract, and it's like 2-year, 4-year type of deal. And so it was either, I work 2 more years, re-sign, or I just don't re-sign, and that would be the end of it.
So why'd you decide, I'm guessing you decided not to resign.
Did you have your were you still DJing while you were doing this?
Exactly. I was still DJing, and it was like to the point where like I was working about 6-7 days a week. I used to be the editor of the Saturday morning show, and so I would also have a wedding later that day. So I would wake up at 4 a.m, edit the show, and then go take a nap, go DJ a wedding, shut it down, and go wake up, go to sleep at like 1 a.m. And so I mean it was great, but I knew that like basically the rate that I was being compensated at the news station, I knew that if I were to book 30 weddings, and I could make that revenue back in just my own business. And so I thought about that. This was 2020, so really what happened was everybody was losing their job, COVID. I got tired of doing kind of like national stories about Trump and COVID, and news can weigh on you. You see some great things, but you also see some pretty bad and pretty terrible things.
A lot of news is,
And so I knew that news wasn't my end-all, be-all. I really just found a love for DJing. I knew that I had a couple video clients that I was doing some work for at the time, and so I felt like I just wanted to go off on my own and move to Indianapolis, and decided to see if I could pursue another career there. And then still wasn't sure if my business would be a full-time thing, but I knew that I could lean on that for the time being while I found something else.
For sure. When did you realize that it could be a full-time thing?
I realized it could be a full-time thing when in 2021, which was last year, I had basically booked I booked 30 weddings in advance. That's really what it was.
Yeah, I think COVID. Do you think COVID benefited you?
It benefited me 100%.
Because all those people then needed wedding DJs the following year, because they all probably canceled their weddings in 2020
or they
to move them to 2020.
They wanted to get married because they didn't know how long they'd last with COVID. It
was. I feel like a lot of DJs like went out of business. They sold their gear to make a little extra money at the time. Maybe they weren't doing as many weddings, or they were so iffy on their schedule that they passed them up. And I just kind of started my business then. I swooped in and was able to get a lot of bookings, and from those, a lot of word of mouth spread. And then it just, I think that during pandemics, whenever like the world's really at a downturn, those are really opportunity moments. And
that's a W.
I'm glad I was able to capture one.
So how many weddings have you done?
So this year, our team, I've done 65 weddings this year, but in total, we've done 85 weddings this year. Honestly, I want to say about 87, close to 90 weddings. I got to hire someone to start keeping track of all the numbers and stats now. But with that, we got over 100 events, because with weddings, we also do some corporate parties, and I don't really count those as like, into the wedding, and also proms and other just, side events. So we factor that all in. We do well over 100 events this year, and next year we have over 45 weddings booked already. On track for 50, and then
that's like one a week.
They keep going. Exactly. A lot of it is on Saturdays, obviously, but there are Fridays and some Sunday weddings.
By saying your team, you started by yourself. What was the thing that was like, man, I need more DJs, so because I can't cover all these events, I need someone to work for me to help me.
You literally just said it. Like, it gets to a point where there's these popular days in September, or like this summer in July, where people ask you for the same date, July 10th. Are you free July 10th? Are you free September 28th? And I was already booked. And when you say no, you start to realize, okay, well, this is going out the window.
I'm just losing money.
I'm losing money, but also I know that if I I get someone else on the team, like not only am I losing that, but we can provide an awesome wedding experience. I got the tools in order to, give her something better than, even if I'm not the DJ, having trained somebody, than what they would get from another guy. And so it was like, it just made sense. I want to just, be able to say that when it's all said and done, we can fill out like Notre Dame Stadium with the number of unique people that I DJ'd with, our teams DJ'd for. That's what it's all about, it's just being able to say, we touched that many more people.
No, yeah, that's awesome.
So cool.
You need more people to help in order
for
to
sure.
that. Yeah.
What is if you're doing 100 events a year or something like that, what is your day-to-day looking like then?
Yeah, the day-to-day really starts with just you wake up and do emails. You wake up, you might have a new lead or somebody who asking about their wedding day. So after the emails, it's usually just setting up meetings, because before you DJ a wedding, you got to plan a wedding. So usually I'm meeting with a client either on Zoom or in person, talking about their wedding day, either having a planning meeting or we're having an initial conversation, just seeing if I might be the best fit for them. And then after that, I at least got to edit about 2 to 4 hours a day on some wedding videos, on some projects and I'm doing for some other clients, and so editing is a part of the day. And then periodically we may have team meetings where I meet one-on-one or with the team to kind of do some practice or just kind of have a get together to talk about the business and how we're all doing. And that's most of it. And then a lot of the day, I also got to work out, like being a wedding DJ. Like for me, it's like being an athlete. I want to be able to keep the energy to set up, the dance, to have a long day, to keep the energy going. And so always making sure I spend at least an hour to work out per day is crucial to me. And then just take time to listen to podcasts, to continue, learning, trying to get more knowledge about, just finances, business itself, and just how to continue to, do what you love full time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. What would you say is the main way that people hear about you? Is it social media or is it more word of mouth?
I feel like it's more word of mouth.
Okay.
Most people hear about me because they heard or they seen me at an event, or if they had a friend that dude, I saw this DJ or I met this DJ. And then, I really do try to hit social media hard, probably harder than what I feel like I would necessarily need to do, but I just know the power of it. So I try to post
I love your reels. Your reels are so funny.
I appreciate it. Yeah, just people dancing and having a good time.
When you're DJing, you're also doing all this editing. Is that videos that you're taking, or you go to a wedding with a dude that is just his job is focused on the videoing and recording everything, or is that you also?
I need to hire a guy to help with the behind the scene videos. But sometimes, my girlfriend is a live wedding painter, and so her name's Kiera. She would come and kind of paint at weddings, but sometimes she'll capture some videos for me, and that's the best, because I feel like if I had a dedicated person, there'd be so many other dances and clips that I just can't get. A lot of the time,
because you can't record yourself. You can't record yourself going crazy and hyping everyone up.
And then show the audience they're getting turned and everything like that.
Every video you see of me, it's usually an assistant or someone who's recording it for me, but I would love to have that more consistently. But I've been blessed that it's been a majority of the weddings, and so I have it. But sometimes I just got to get the crowd or get a selfie or something going. But that's the magic of it, is that you don't get the true experience unless you're actually there.
So what's the backstory on the glow sticks? Are those yours?
No,
I swear I see these light sticks at every single wedding you shoot. Is that you bring them with you?
No, that's from the venue, actually. Okay. The venue had some glow sticks. I thought about supplying them, but we'll see. I feel like people haven't asked me enough about them.
So something big about weddings now is having glow sticks.
It's cool.
I was just so confused. I saw them in so many videos. It's is this his thing? Is he brings these light sticks around because you're lighting up their wedding? You're going to give them something to light up the dance floor.
Lighting up the whole world.
They definitely become a big trend. A lot of people have been bringing them on their own, or the venue supplies them. And so, let me know if you want to see more glow sticks.
For sure. No, I'll be honest, I've genuinely never once been to a wedding.
Really?
I've never been to a wedding.
I was the same way until I DJ'd my first wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
And so I have no idea what to expect or anything. I know 2 family friends are getting married in July or something, so hopefully I'll be able to go to that one, because I've genuinely just never been to one.
I've been to a couple family weddings. It's never but not in 6 or 7 years.
Okay, so maybe the first wedding that we'll be at is one of ours, David.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 or something.
That'd be crazy.
That would be wild.
Exactly, because of moments like that, it's like people's first time at a wedding or first time in a long time. And for me as a DJ, it's like, okay, I do this every week, but it's no
I do this every week.
Just bring it every single time because it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, it's
is
a
it
special occasion.
Yeah, so is it you looking out for your clients, basically trying to bring them the best time of their life? Because I mean,
100%.
I feel like if you're turning up every weekend at some person's wedding, like you would get some burnout, but you don't get that.
No, I don't get that. It's a fun thing. Like it's just
it's your passion.
Yes, it is like a passion, and it's like it's endurance. So I feel like I'm an athlete. I feel like I'm working out. Like it's all part of the fun, really.
That's so cool.
I mean, that's awesome. What would you say are your future plans? With your business and then also by yourself, if there's other ventures or passions that you want to pursue?
Yeah, the future plans of the business is really just to keep on expanding, you know, at a consistent but also just like a pace that isn't, you know, too quick or just trying to hire anybody just because we want to do a wedding, making sure that we got quality people on the team. And so got an office in Indianapolis right now, so we're based in Elkhart, Indiana. We go all over southern Michigan, northern Indiana, but we also have an Indianapolis office. We do all around there, really wherever couples would take us. Like I got a wedding in Nashville, around that area next year in August, and so my goal is to really just be able to travel more when DJing, being able to do it in different states and different cities, to be able to DJ, you know, on a bigger stage, you know.
Rather than just the region?
Rather than just the region. I don't want to be region locked. That's one of the things I feel like, you know, a lot of DJs, they'll get comfortable. Yeah, this is my region, this is my territory. We're locked in. We're going to keep in this area. As much as I love the support I get here, and I'm going to continue to do weddings here as long as there's demand, but to be able to do more weddings regionally and nationally, and I know that in order to do that, I just got to put myself out there more, do more like, you know, videos and maybe just different, you know, things outside of just, you know, having events here, but in order for other people to see what we're doing, so they'll want us to, they're willing to have us come out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So as you keep expanding, you're gonna have to keep hiring more DJs, right?
I mean, yes.
Or do you think your team, like you said, you have some that are like still in college and whatnot. Are they gonna, when they graduate college, are they gonna work for you full time then?
And it's one of those things where it's like it's up to them if they want to continue working. But I also know that I can't. You know, a lot of people may move, or I know Noah might graduate and do something elsewhere, and so at that time, you basically just have to get someone to fill the role. But hopefully, you know, you treat them so well that even if they aren't here, or if they do decide to pursue other things, you know, they leave a couple dates open and to do a couple weddings and work with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with expanding, is there any other, I mean, besides just being, you know, a DJ company, would you want to do other things?
Yeah, absolutely. So my end goal is, I'll put this out there, like I definitely want to make a short film one day. Like I'm still a videographer, and as much as I love DJing and want to continue expanding that, I want to get into some more internal videos from DG Visionaries. You know, we made our start, I feel like, making, you know, skits for my brothers and sisters, but I want to make, you know, like, you know, some movies or just like some short films and little side, you know, creative projects like that on top of a business. As much as I've been hitting the business hard and I'm loving, you know, the way that's going, I know that I still want to stay creative, do passion projects, and remember that it isn't just for revenue, but this is something that I wholeheartedly enjoy and just want to be able to express myself as well.
Something you could get into is wedding dramas. So like I'm in a film lit class.
Really?
The last 3 movies we watched one in it was in, I don't even know, like we're watching one right now. It's in India. It's like an India film drama, and it's just like so cringy, but like so funny at the same time. And I feel like
I think that's fitting. Yeah.
I feel like that's your, you know, everything about weddings. I
do know everything.
And you could just, I feel like you could kill that.
I feel like we could. Yeah.
If you get the right client, you could literally just do it. Hey, can I make I'm gonna give you guys a script. Can we make this like a whole
It could
film.
Be a thing.
Can you not, guys? Can we pretend to get like not actually get married?
I genuinely like that.
Like that would be like, imagine like I feel like if you find the right client, they jump on it. Like why wouldn't you want to make like a whole film? To then in 10 years, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is so funny. Yeah. Like what were we doing?
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you're recording this podcast. I'm gonna write that one down. I think, 100%.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I think it's really cool that ever since you were, like you said, in 5th grade, right? You've been entertaining people, right? I think that's kind of rare for someone to stay with something for, you know, their whole life. You know, I think that's really cool. What would you say is like your end all be all purpose then?
My purpose is just to turn visions into reality through sight and sound. That's the mission of DG Visionaries, but more importantly, that's just the quote that I tell myself that I live my life by.
Yeah.
And it's being able to not only do the things that I enjoy doing and having a passion about, but being able to use those passions to help others, realize their dreams, to realize their goals, whether it be a wedding or a film or, or a podcast, just hanging out with you guys, doing what I can to share it, to keep the word going and bring other cool people into this seat as I progress in my career. And that's what it's all about, is to level up others just as much as I'm reaching my own goals. And when you do that, it is hard to lose, because I really feel like my heart's in the right place, and I'm not going to be happy unless I'm genuinely doing good work and keeping the people around me happy.
Doing what you do, making yourself happy. That's such a W.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
Especially because your happiness, like your internal happiness from what you're giving, is you're giving other people happiness.
100%.
Like, it's not like you're doing something that just is just like a soul, I'm making myself happy, I'm doing what I want to do. It's you're making other people and letting them live through their experiences.
Yeah. And that's truly, I feel like, the secret to having a great business is doing something that you enjoy, that other people see the value in and are willing to compensate you for that, and they keep telling others because you do, it's so over the top. They love it.
That's awesome. David, is there anything else that you want to talk about, or is there anything else that you would want to talk about, Derald?
Yeah, I guess, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't ask you guys a question. No, but 100%. So I want to ask you guys, so this is like your senior year, right? So you're getting ready to graduate. What do you, how do you kind of forecast your futures going, if we can just kind of think about what may happen?
Right now, I've been really thinking about if we kind of passed on this podcast to someone else, right? So I'll be honest, like, we've kind of taken South Bend by storm in a way. Like, everyone in high school, let's just be honest, David, like, not to be cocky, they all know about us because of this. Yeah. Right? So like, we could go to college. We're going to go to different colleges probably and do it on Zoom call or anything like that. But I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to kind of pass the podcast on to someone.
Yeah, we have like 3 or 4 probably different ideas we could do. Whether it's we're doing it on Zoom once a week, or we just, when we're on break and we're in town, we record 7, 8 episodes in a week, and then we just hold those as content.
Break, though,
But like, then it's like, it's a little annoying, but I don't know. There's a lot of different options, or passing it on. But I don't know.
I don't know if I could. It's
kind of a lot of like what is Chips and Chops by like April and May. What are we doing? Is it worth keeping, or is it better for it to just move it on, or just to do?
Yeah. Because the entertainment is definitely something I'm really passionate about. But in my opinion, like, how we are right now, if it's not for the 574 area, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? But if it could expand into something where it's even Indiana or something like that, people are listening, that could be really awesome. I'm not sure, but it's definitely something like really, really awesome to do your senior year. Leaving a mark. People are gonna be talking about this for years and years. So but 6-7 months, we're gonna have to make a decision. It's gonna be for sure hard. It's gonna be
100%.
This is something like, this is the main thing that we talk about now. This is our thing. So I don't know.
Well, I'm just so thankful to be a part of the OG too. The initial run. Glad I was able to squeeze it in, but definitely, regardless, that's the thing. I never thought I'd be a DJ until I was literally in college. So your career progression changed so many different ways. It's just being open to new opportunities.
For sure.
It's wild how that all works, because like 3 years ago, like, I would not imagine myself being on the podcast. Like,
you wouldn't imagine that, like,
running one.
Even 6 months ago, June.
Yeah.
Like, we had this idea that we came up with in March, but it
was kind of a joke. Like, it was like we're funny, like, we could do it.
But but we were like, okay, 10 people are gonna watch it. Right. 40 people are gonna watch it. No, it's
that's my thing is, if you're gonna do something, you have to do it fully. So that's why we started pages on literally every social media platform we're on there, except like Facebook. But like,
or Twitter.
Yeah. Or what?
Twitter.
Or Twitter, yeah. But you got to do it fully, because I don't know, if you're gonna put a little time, you might as well put all your time into it. Exactly. Not like all your time, but like all your effort into that time.
Yeah, and like a quote that I think is kind of like I don't know, encapsulates or whatever. Kind of like shows what we're doing is like, if you reach for the moon, you'll at least hit a star.
Oh yeah.
So like, we're doing this, we've already met people that are so incredible that can level us up in a way, It's a way of bringing people together. It's our way of meeting new people. Like, for example, we met the guy who runs East Race Muscle, which is a gym here in South Bend. Yep. And he's running a powerlifting meet. So like he invited us to go that. So it's like,
and we invited like 10 people. We got like 8 or 9 people coming with us. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like the people that we can meet through this will help us in life, know?
And help the people in our community.
For sure. Yeah, help like bring people together in the community. So, yeah, I don't know. It's overall definitely.
It'd be so cool if you did prom.
That'd be so, or even like one of your team members did it. Like,
oh yeah. We'll shut that down. So we'll see. Yeah, hit me up.
For sure. No, I don't even know who it is.
I don't know who runs that.
We're probably like the president of that.
Student government.
Student government or something. Yeah. But yeah, no, we're excited for the future. Can you tell the people who are listening where they can find you?
Yeah, so thank you guys for listening. If you made it to the very end, just know I genuinely appreciate it. You can find me online, dgvisionaries.com. That's the website, but also on any social media at dgvisionaries. If you really want to get to know me, my personal is Derald Gray. You can find me on all your favorite social media sites. And check us out on TikTok, DG Visionaries, if you want to just see me dancing and mixing and also the other team having a good time as well behind the scenes and on location at a wedding. So definitely appreciate you guys having me.
All those links will be below.
Yep. Also check us out on every single platform. Chips and Chops Podcast. All right, see you guys next time. Peace.